Hey, James.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, James.
Hi, how are you?
There
Great.
you
How are
are. Hey.
you?
A little bit jealous. I really enjoyed the estate. It was beautiful. Oh my God. But that's another story.
No, it's the story.
That is the story, actually.
To the sands of an hourglass comes a holiday romance that spans time. Hallmark channels are Biltmore Christmas. Today I have Bethany Joy Lenz, Kristoffer Polaha, if I'm saying that right, Christopher. I
You
apologize.
got it, James.
And Chase Pickering, who I'm really jealous of because he's representing the Biltmore Estate. So let's talk about the movie first. Bethany, let's talk about your character, Lucy.
Hi, James. Yeah, sure. I'd love to talk about Lucy. Well, Lucy Hardgrove is a Hollywood screenwriter in modern day. She's been tasked with writing the remake of an old Hollywood classic we've invented called His Merry Wife. And it's sort of like an It's a Wonderful Life take. And that movie is something she grew up watching, and it stars an actor called Jack Huston, who is played by the lovely Kristoffer Polaha. And when she goes to Biltmore Estate to do a little research and try and find the ending of her movie that she can't quite nail, she accidentally stumbles back into time, and she finds herself on the set of the movie that she is rewriting, and now she's on the original filming set, and she meets Jack, and then they fall in love.
Just like that. Boom.
All right,
Climax
let's
later.
talk a little bit about Jack.
Jack Huston is you know what? He's a hardworking guy from the 1940s. He started out as a stuntman. He parked himself on the Balaban stages, the studio in Hollywood, and sort of stalked the owner, Mr. Balaban,
Yeah.
for 3 nights until he booked this gig, which was his big break in His Married Wife. And when you meet him, you'll find, I think viewers will find that he's this sort of joyful amalgamation of Cary Grant and James Stewart. He's just cut of that 1940s golden age elk of a movie star. And then he meets this girl, and she is whip smart, and she's beautiful, and she's dressed in jeans, and he's never seen it before. And she's carrying this metal contraption called, well, it's an iPhone, but he doesn't know what that is. But he's like, what is that? And next thing you know, he's just so curious about who she is, and she is like this skittish lamb. She just keeps running away the first half of the movie. He's like, where are you going? But it's just, and all of it, by the way, was filmed here at Biltmore House. So every single room, every scene, every act out is this beautiful sweeping sort of panoramic glorious showcasing of this home, which is extraordinary. And when you get to film in it, it really is like stepping back in time. That's Jack in a nutshell.
You know, I see the hourglass, and I keep wondering if you turn it, can I join you guys at Biltmore?
You want to see? Should we find out?
Speaking of Biltmore, yeah, Chase, tell us about the Biltmore Estate. It's beautiful.
Yes, so I am honored to be a fifth generation family member here at Biltmore. So it was created by my great great grandfather, George Vanderbilt, and it actually opened Christmas Eve in 1895. And we continue to carry it on as a family legacy today. We have the home, of course, which is America's largest home. But then the estate is just inspiring. It's 8,000 acres of historic gardens and grounds. We also have a winery on property and 2 hotels. So a lot to do for a couple days overnight visit to come see us at some point. So it was really an honor to film this movie here too. Working with these two and the whole cast and crew, it was a perfect fit because Biltmore, we are known for our Christmas celebration. As you can see around us, we opened up Christmas early November, run it through early January, and coming together with Hallmark, it was a perfect Christmas pairing for sure.
Speaking of a perfect pairing, I just got to ask you this question, Bethany. Playing the character of Lucy, what do you want women to take away from this?
What do I want women to take away from it? I hadn't thought too much about it because we didn't really get into women's issues in the film. I don't know. I don't know that I have an answer for you on that. I would love to give you one, but I don't want to make something up because it's an important topic.
which is interesting to me was it was always that feeling of hope of finding the right man. That's what I kind of got from it myself. And I was maybe thinking you were the same thing too, because I talked to a lot of women, are my friends. I got a lot of sisters, and that's a big topic among my sisters and the girls that I have as friends. So they're always looking for that right guy. So
they're wishing they had their old movie star. They wish they could go back in time and they just could.
especially at the Biltmore. Kristoffer,
James, I'll throw you a lifeline here. I think one of the interesting things about this particular Hallmark movie is that the stakes of their romance suddenly, totally unexpectedly drop into this great depth of real human sort of nature. Like, the question is, what are you willing to give up for love? And I think there are so many people today, men and women, who are torn between career and family. I know for myself as a man, you feel pulled to be away from home because you have to provide. And I know for women today, which is very different than the 1940s, things have opened up so much that you have this choice between what do I do and finding the right person and what are you willing to sacrifice? And this movie actually asked that question in a really smart way. And I haven't seen that yet. And it's something that, like, we've got the frivolity of time travel and the Gilded Age meets the Golden Age, and you've got the joyfulness of the highball comedy and Joy just crushes it. I can't wait for people to see her, because she reminded me of Lucille Ball. Like, her facial, like the way she would do her little face up, and like your reactions are so just good, but yet high comedy but grounded. I had the job of a lifetime getting to play a 1940s movie star, with the transatlantic quick speech, hi kid, that kind of thing. So posture up, and
you were brilliant at it.
Thanks, Joy. Yeah, and I think it was a lot of fun. But then at the end of it, you're just hit right in the heart with this very important message that I think transcends gender. I think it really is about the human heart wanting something real and significant, where you have a love that is shared with someone that's selfless and preferential.
It takes real sacrifice. It really does.
Yeah.
And in an age when there's so much right now that's culturally focused on me, the idea that in order to experience real love, you do actually have to be willing to make sacrifices, very real sacrifices. And what does that look like? And is the payoff going to be worth it for you? Or is it not? Is it more important for you to just be on your own and do your own thing? But sacrifice is a valuable
So the
lesson.
the film really asked the question, how far will you go to prefer the person you love? What are you willing to give up?
Yeah, that's good.
And Jack answers that.
He sure does, but don't give anything away.
Well, I mean, you don't know how he answers, or maybe he doesn't answer. You have to watch.
You gotta watch
November
the movie,
26th.
but Kristoffer, you knocked it out the park.
Only on the Hallmark channel. The juggernaut that didn't count down to Christmas.
But again, Kristoffer, you knocked it out the park. Thank you. You knocked it out the park. Definitely got to see this movie. You know what's interesting? A Wonderful Life is what you said with Jimmy Stewart, but I kept thinking Cary Grant and the Bishop's Wife for some reason. It was.
Yeah, you're right on. Actually, I always see Jimmy Stewart because there's an essence about him, but Cary Grant was the model actor. I watched all of his movies. Yeah, he's so and he had a very. I mean, his whole thing was very much the clip and the posture and the come on kid, and very funny.
Yeah.
So he was a comedian and he was a clown literally before he became a movie star.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jimmy Stewart kind of knew that he was a character actor that fell into being a leading man, but Cary Grant was always a leading man, and I think that's more.
So good on you, James, for picking that up. That's exactly who I actually had a bunch of Cary Grant speeches and monologues in my phone. So between takes, I would just kind of listen to Cary Grant because I wanted to understand the rhythm of how he was talking. So
Cary Grant.
Yeah, Cary Grant was a little different than Jack Huston, but and then I imitate Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah. I think everybody's going to love this movie. I definitely got to see this. A Biltmore Christmas. Joy, Kristoffer, Chase, thank you so much for joining on this. Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas.
Thank you for having us. And if you get a chance to come out to Biltmore Estate, please do. It's a once in a lifetime, especially at Christmas.
Yeah. We'd love to host you.
Yeah,
I would love to come out there. Yes, get my audience to come out there too. That would be great. And I'm going to look for that hourglass.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you
it's a
go.
good one. Bye, James.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Bye, James.
All right.